Okay, so welcome, guys, and I'm happy to have you guys in this batch. We've had batches of one, two, three, four, five, six. We've had batches like they were up to 12. We've had batches that had 90% ladies and just 10% guys. You know how it feels when in your class there is only one girl in the class and every other person is a guy. So you know what happens? The girl stays quiet and the guys will be the one talking, right?
Yes, talking. Yeah.
So but this time around in the class we had I think that should be batch 7 where the whole class was full of ladies and only two guys. The guys were not the one quiet and watching. So it was fun then. Anyway, um, I trust that you guys have one lady in your batch. So she'll be joining on week 2. You guys will be joining her on week 2 next week. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. So and
It's just so sad that I've done this part before. I have actually.
yeah, Sammy,
Just so
just
sad.
just feel free with it and flow. There's nothing bad in it.
All
Okay?
right.
Just
All
feel
right.
free
No
with it
problem.
and flow. So every batch is unique in the sense that every batch is expected to, you know, be intuitive, produce the best candidates. Most badges in all of them, they will do their capstone projects. Some might not be able to do due to one reason or the other. Some might come back later on to do their projects. You know, so people have different reasons why they join a program. But the collective reason why we are running this program is to help, especially the underserved communities, with this knowledge and this skill so that they could be able to, advance their career and job opportunities out there in the market. So, welcome to Cybersecurity Bootcamp, sponsored by our YouTube resource and talent app, and also Each One Teach One Tech. Each One Teach One Tech is a non-governmental organization also that has a focus of helping underserved communities in the US and other parts of the world, and with gainfully with cybersecurity knowledge to help them gain a nice future. I trained with them, and I also currently working with them currently. And for those who might want to further up their program, probably in a security operations center and other stuff. Maybe when you get to USA, you're looking for a cost-effective program because their program is cost-effective compared to many other programs in USA. Today, I think they have a program running for 800 or 1,002 USDs anyway. And don't be surprised I said it's cheap, you know, because I've seen programs that charge 3,000, 4,000, 7,000 USDs. So when you see a program that is trying to help the community, training and resourcing, giving all the resources for 800 or 1,200, you know that someone somewhere is doing the payment for to augment what the students cannot be able to pay for, and it is what it is. My name is Mr. Brian, and I'm your lead instructor for this program, and I'm a cybersecurity self-support technician at Each One Teach One Tech in USA. This program is basically for, let's say, 3 kinds of people. Okay, and the first set are for rookies, those who entirely do not have any background in IT or even cybersecurity. They don't know but they like the fact, okay, we're hearing about cybersecurity, we want to join, we want to learn, we want to know what it is. This program is good for them. Then for beginners, those who have started small, something in cybersecurity, maybe they've gone to Google and they read up some stuff, maybe done one YouTube class or Udemy class, and now they want more in-depth work under the beginners level. So this program is also for them. Then thirdly, working professionals who want to increase or elevate their career opportunities and also get themselves with equipped with the tools ahead of the workforce. This program is also for them. Now I'm gonna ask Sammy, which of these groups do you belong to?
Please, can you repeat the question again? Can you repeat what you just said, please? I was not following. I was doing something, please.
That is the
Can you repeat
reason.
what you just said?
That is the reason why the class is always interactive, because most times when people come online for class, they don't give it their attention. The class is less than 2 hours, so please give it your ultimate attention so that you will gain the best from it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, when you make something
Can
of
you repeat what
value.
you just said?
Yes, I'm coming. When you make something of value, it
Okay.
becomes of value for you. So, uh, I'm coming back to you. Collins, which of this group do you think you are in?
Rookie, group 1.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's all right. So, Sammy, what I asked was I explained that this program is meant for three types of people: the rookies who do not have any IT background knowledge, but probably they've heard the news about cybersecurity flying up and down, and they really want to join or learn about it and have the skill also, even make some money in the industry and in the field. That's the first group. Second group are for beginners who have a little idea or knowledge about cybersecurity, sorry, but wants to deepen their knowledge and their skill. Then thirdly is working professionals in diverse fields. For example, someone might be in the banking and finance and wants to have an added knowledge or skill in cybersecurity, which is a nice one. Someone might be in the law and wants to edge up in cybersecurity, because all those things work hand in hand in every career path anyone finds himself. So the question was, which group do you fall into?
Group 2, beginners.
Oh, okay, good. So
Yes, sir.
let's move ahead. The program is for 7 weeks, and it means you're going to have 7 live classes, of which this is the first live class. You're going to ensure that you maximize every live class, you pay rapt attention, you ask questions that you don't understand. If there are questions relating to what we're teaching and what we are here for that you ask. Always call my attention and ask, and we will clarify them. The ones that we cannot answer, we'll post it for the next class, by which before then we'll get a suitable answer for such questions. So for your batch, which is batch, what batch are you guys in?
Batch 9, that's
Okay, yes. For you guys, yeah, for you guys are in batch 9. Your classes are every Saturdays by 12:30. Okay. So there are learning goals. You might have your own personal goals for the program, but this program have learning goals, and the first of which is to grant the learners the foundations of cybersecurity, where they will gain essential knowledge of cybersecurity concepts, including threats, vulnerabilities, and defense mechanisms. Then also, they will be introduced to Security Operations Center, which is SOC, and which has rapidly started growing into the powerhouse of every security work in a company. Now, the third is you will also be exposed for a hands-on lab training. You're going to learn how to set up your lab. You set up your home lab and perform some basic and more advanced skills. One of the biggest things I tell people in the program is we will guide you to do the big things in a small way, in the sense that you might not have to start wasting resources trying to do the big things or getting this gadget, getting this, but to maximize every opportunity and every tool that are open source that we can have in order to get learning forward, to do the big things in smaller ways. So when you get to the big things, you will have you will have a second guess. Like, I have an idea of how this works, and it's easier to onboard you then into whatever it is you're looking for than when you do not have those ideas and those skills, or you've not touched or practiced any one of them at all. So we will also in the home lab setup, you will set up your own personal home lab, conduct network mappings, port scanning, enumeration scanning. You encounter tools like Nmap, Wireshark, Virus Total. You will just we will go lateral in the home lab, because while we are doing the home lab, so many other things will be coming up and we'll be touching them one after the other. Then also, your capstone project will be on penetration test stroke hacking with Bob Suit. Bob Suit is a potentially vulnerable application. So we're going to be using it for our training. So the capstone project is going to be on that. So you're going to learn to conduct basic penetration tests on OWASP Juice Shop using Bob Suite to identify and exploit fire vulnerabilities. Then also, we're going to explore hands-on cybersecurity platform. There are some platforms that you'll be expected to be part of when you graduate from here, so that your learning will continue. The platforms, most of them are free. They have all of them have free options where you could just keep doing little things. Then the paid options, maybe you paid for a month to use their resources to do whatever, and the goal is to keep your hands busy until you land your first job. Then one of the most recent ones we added is a bug bounty hunting introduction. We will be introducing you guys to bug bounty hunting, and when you get to that point, most of you might just focus on that and say, "This is what I want to do," because of the is very appetizing, especially financially, financially rewarding. So there are also little proceeds, some proceeds you will get at the end of the program. You will earn a certificate of bootcamp completion from us, recognizing your successful completion of the bootcamp. Remember, this will only be awarded to you when you are able to demonstrate skill, tenacity, and zealous and learning skills and patience, and be able to do your home lab and do it perfectly well and submit it. Once we get your submission of your home lab, then you are good to go to earn your certificate. Then secondly, the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity certificate, which is one of the first internationally recognized cybersecurity certification that you should be proud to have. Okay, we will train you, give you basic training on how to pass it, provide you with the tools and the community on how to go sit for the exam and pass. It's very important that you only sit for the exam when you're ready, so you make yourself ready quick. Now, the exam, you could schedule it in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months time, depending on how ready you are. But what is more important is that to ensure that you pass. Because it's not as though if you don't pass, there is any bad thing. No. If you don't pass, um, you've you're sitting for it free. But if you don't pass, when you want to resit for the exam anywhere in the world where you are, you will pay for sitting for the exam, and the cost is around $299. So if you're in Nigeria, you should know that that is around, how much should that be?
That should be around 300, 300.
Three something, right? Yeah. So It is very important that you sit when you sit for the exam, you try and pass.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And also, there is no harm in failing it the first time. There is no bad thing there. You just when you fail, you
Brilliant.
okay, okay, it's all right. Okay. So even if you sit for the exam and you fail, um, I believe the second time you will not fail. You will not fail because now your money will not be inside it. So you will get access to follow-up support to join our. Of course, anybody in this program is
469,000 there.
currently. That is big. That is big. It's all right. So I believe everybody that is in this program already is part of our WhatsApp group for ongoing support and guidance. And also you will have access to all our trainings and resources. So these are the proceeds you expect to get. Now the ISC2 certificate is of two types. There is the one you can sit in your house and write. That one is certificate of completion. Then the one that is licensed is the one you go sit at. It is an external exam. You don't sit in your house and write it. So it's an external exam. If you're in Lagos, you are in good place because there are writing centers in Lagos, but I don't think there are more writing centers outside Lagos State. But there are just few of them in all the states. In few states, probably like 5 states or 4 states in Nigeria. So is something to look out for. So welcome once again to week 1. My name is Mr. Brian. If you have any question you want to ask before we proceed, kindly do, and I'll be glad to clarify you.
No question from me. It's been good so far.
Okay. Collins, your voice is deep.
Okay, I say no questions from me.
Yes, you have a good voice. Your voice is deep and very nice. It's a big man voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for week 1, we are going to go into introduction to cybersecurity, introduction to SOC.
Question for me, sir.
Yes, thank you. We're going to go into introduction to SOC and jobs fields. Then also we're going to have some materials for use within the week. So without further ado, let's right back in. So what will you think or what will you say is cybersecurity if you have been asked? Sammy, sorry.
Sir, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir. I lost my connection. That's fine.
Sorry. So what do you think is cybersecurity when someone asks you what is cybersecurity? What is the best answer you might be able to give to the person?
Now, what's the question?
What do you think is cybersecurity? When someone asks you what is cybersecurity, what will you tell the person?
I think cybersecurity is the act of protecting networks from attacks. Protecting networks from attackers, things like that.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Collins, what about you?
It's a way of protecting systems not from attacks. Things like that.
Okay.
Okay, from me, I would say that cybersecurity is the act of protecting oneself against unauthorized criminals in the cyberspace.
Okay, thank you. Both of you have answered well. So let's dive right in. Cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. Okay. Now, well, in the sphere of cybersecurity, when you hear cyber, you have to know, we are dealing with something that has to do with digital. So, cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems and networks and programs from servers, etc., everything that is digital, to protecting them from digital attacks. So, these attacks are usually aimed at doing few things that are not nice or can be nice depending on the reason. Number one, assessing. They tend to change. They tend to destroy sensitive information or extort money from users, or even interrupt normal business processes. Cyber security protects these things. In today's interconnected world, cybersecurity is critical to ensuring that the safety and security of digital lives is preserved. In short, that is what cybersecurity means. I tell people, when you want to protect something, you need to know what you're protecting and how you're protecting it. So let's go dive down in why does cybersecurity even matter? First of all, protection of data. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remains confidential. I forgot to tell you guys, from week 1 to week 3, 4 is within the period you do the foundations and prepare for the exams for those that want to take the exams. Then from week 4 to week 7, those are when we start the hands-on practicals. And the faster a batch is, the more they could achieve. They can even finish what is on the outline and will do a new project. Just like the last batch, they were fast enough and I introduced the bulk bounty program for them. Sorry, which has now automatically been added to the curriculum. So why does cybersecurity matter? Protection of data. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remain confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Protection of data. Then, business continuity. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly. So, by preventing costly downtimes due to cyber attacks, if anything happens to any business cyber wise, it stops business continuity. So it shunts their business time and business progress. Then thirdly, for national security, protecting critical infrastructure and national interest from cyber threats is a matter of national security. I think history has it that one of the first cyber weapon was developed to be used to bring down Iran's nuclear power plant. I think when we are doing SOC, you'll get that information. So the reason why cybersecurity matters: protection of data, business continuity, national security. Every other thing encompasses inside all these three. Why cybersecurity matter? Now, in cybersecurity, there are very important concepts. For example, we have three very important concepts in cybersecurity, which are the tick or at the peak of whatever it is that we are doing in cybersecurity. These three things will be on the back of your mind. These three things will be at the back of your mind. Number one, confidentiality. Number two, integrity. Number three is what? Availability. And together they are called the CIA. CIA tried. So when someone asks you about cybersecurity, CIA tried, you already know that it is these three concepts: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We are going to look into them shortly. So the CIA tried confidentiality. Yeah.
And availability.
Let me get a drawing board for us so that we could draw and write on it. Okay. So the next concept is called a threat actor. A threat actor is what people call a hacker today. Okay. Meanwhile, a hacker in the real terminologies of cybersecurity is someone who finds vulnerabilities in a system and fixes them. Is anyone hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
So, but the society has turned the meanings upside down to their own terms. So when someone tells you I'm a hacker, you say, you're a bad person, you're a hacker. Meanwhile, professionally, a hacker is someone who finds vulnerabilities in a system and fixes them. Meanwhile, a threat actor is someone who tries to exploit those vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to data or system. And most especially, it is always to do bad. It is always to do evil, not for the good reasons. Okay. So let's look down a little bit into basic security measures. We said using strong passwords. Don't use passwords that are very easy to guess. Use passwords that are long. They have, at least everybody knows how to give a long, what's it called, secure password. Even the systems will tell you include capital letter, include number, include a sign, a sign, a signature digit. So all those are ways to help the individuals or the public to stay safe. Also, regular software updates. Most of us, when we see updates on our phone, we cancel it. They say they want to chop my data. Your phone is telling you you have an update, and you say they want to chop your data. Keeping software up to date with the latest patch to close vulnerabilities that could be exploited by an attacker. If system A is running on an outdated software, that outdated software will already have vulnerabilities that a threat actor will find out and easily manipulate the system. So it's always very good to, keep the software up to date. Also, safe browsing. Avoid suspicious websites and downloads to reduce the risk of malware infections. During your training for the exam, you will come in contact with these statements. One of the biggest reason why people fall victim of cyber attacks or cyber mayhems is they always want to help people. They are too good. People want to help. So they fall into a situation where their emotions are being moved into doing the wrong things or possibly into doing other things. Some other people is out of greediness. They tell you to bring this one, you're going to get 10 and 20. You click malicious websites and you land up in their net. So ensure you use safe browsing practices. Avoid suspicious links and downloads. Here is your first classwork for the day, for the class. List out 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. Go to Google. When you see them, read about them. Then you list them out, put them in a document you share with me. List out 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. Yeah. Any question before we move ahead to the next section?
No, sir. Let's move ahead.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to be looking into introduction to security operations and incident response. Men, looking at this image here, what do you think is happening here? What do you think that these guys are doing? What do you think is happening? Anyone who knows it can answer.
Protecting the system, something like that.
They are watching. It's like people that are, looking at, monitoring. Monitoring. Yes. So this is one of the major practices in cybersecurity. It's monitoring, because it is when you monitor that you know that something is not going the right way it's going, and it is only then that you will start seeking for solutions for what has gone wrong. So this is introduction to security operations, and security operations means security operations center is called SOC. Anywhere you see SOC, SOC, you know it is referring to security operations center. And what is security operations center? We said it is a centralized unit that deals with security issues on an organizational and technical level. At the end of the program, you will not just tell somebody, I'm a cybersecurity person. You will tell the person categorically, I am in cybersecurity field, but specifically this is where my passion, or this is the department where I am in, or this is the department I have passion for. Most people out there in online or in the internet, they are singing cybersecurity up and down. Cybersecurity is like engineering. Yeah, I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. Yes, we know you're an engineer. What type of engineer are you? True of us?
True.
Yes. So, yes, we know you're an engineer. You have to tell us what type of engineer you are. So, yes, you're in the cybersecurity field. Which aspect, which field, which side, which department do you have focus on, or do you have passion for? So, by the end of this boot camp, you will be sure, you will be convinced of the parts you want to be in and you'll be playing in. So, what is the primary function of the SOC? Sammy, read out.
Primary function of the SOC is to monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology solutions and a strong set of processes.
Exactly. I told you guys in the beginning that I work with each one teach one tech as a cybersecurity, what's it called, technician, support technician, and I work inside a SOC environment. So I do this. I monitor every day. I monitor when I detect, I analyze, and I respond to cybersecurity incidents. Okay, we use a combination of technologies, solutions, and some set of processes. There are processes on how to do all these things. Okay, most people might not be privileged enough, because some of the tools that are used in the SOC environment are organizational tools, meaning that it's only organizations that can purchase them. But in this program, we have come up with ways where you, who might not be currently employed, will still experience what a SOC means, experience what it means to work in a SOC. Remember the goal, doing the big things in what? Yes, those big things. Yes, doing them in a smaller way to get the experience, to get the knowledge, and without spending much. So before the end of the boot camp, you will be able to do a lab on SOC, and you will get experience on it. I think in week 2, when we are talking about more of SOC, I'll be able to share my work environment with you guys, so that I'll explain to you guys step by step what I do when I wake up in the morning, or how I monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents. Okay, going on, there are on the roles within a SOC. I think I did a video sometime, up to 45 plus, either running into 50 different distinct roles in the SOC. There are like 45 plus distinct roles, job roles, that are available in the SOC. So you can imagine that there will always be a place for anyone who is diligent enough to be in the field or to master his own trade. So just a few of them I mentioned here: SOC analysts, the Security Operations Center analysts. They monitor the network for suspicious activities and respond to alerts. That is exactly what those guys on that picture was doing. They just sit down and they monitor. Their eyes is on the screen to ensure that everything is going well. Then we have the incident responders. The incident responders will accept the alerts that the SOC analysts have raised. When the SOC analysts see wrong things or see something they suspect, they will write a note, they will make a report and send to the incident responders. Now, the incident responders will now, first of all, when they accept that ticket, they will go back and verify. That's always one of the first things or first step in incident response. It is always going to come out in the exam. Most times they will ask you, what is the first step in an incident response? Or they will give a story and tell you what's the first step that someone who is working in a SOC as an incident response, what's the first step you should take? The first step is always go and verify what this SOC analyst has written down. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys are not sleeping.
No, we are with you 100%.
No.
Okay. I had a class when I think one of the students went to play ball early in the morning. So he so he came to class. By this time the guy was snoring in the class. He was snoring. So please don't sleep. This is very important. The future of Nigeria and the world, Africa, lies in most of us, in our hands. So when you get to the top there, you will be able to secure a good financial landing for yourself and your family, and of course the community that we are all coming out from. So we have the SOC analysts. They are the ones that do the monitoring, and when they see anything suspicious, they'll write a ticket and send it down to the incident responders. Now, incident responders will go and verify what this guy sent to me. Is it even correct? Once they verify and find out that it is correct, okay, they proceed to take their steps. They have steps of how they respond to that ticket. If it is not, if it is a fake alert, they call it false positive, something that appears to be true but is not true. Maybe is something. Can you still hear me?
Yes, now.
Okay. So the incident responders will always verify and move forward with their actions. If it is good, meaning if it is a true positive, we use true positive and false positive. Let me see if I could do something on that. We have, where's my pen? We have a true positive, TP. True positive. True positive. And we have a false positive. You can see the board, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so true positive means what you found is correct. Why false positive is, they call it fake alert. When something looks as though it's real but it's not real. So false positive is the wrong alert, while true positive is the correct one. Okay, now we also have another job role here, which is a threat hunters. Now these guys work more like they work.
Wait, I did not get that part. Wait, I did not get it. You said positive means what you found is correct, right?
Yes.
False positive should be what's false positive?
Okay. True positive means what you found, what you noticed is correct. Why false
Okay.
positive is the wrong thing that appeared as though is true. For example,
Okay.
in a system, okay, or your phone, every action you take is being recorded by the phone, is being logged. The computer talks in logs, right? So everything you
Yes.
do is being logged somewhere on your phone. Whether you off the phone, when you switch it on, when you send a message, when you do this, when you do that, it is being recorded. So, and somehow an alert came in that someone logged into an app, and they said someone logged into an app. Let's check. Somebody must have hacked you. Now, these incident responders will not start running and say, yes, somebody have hacked Mr. Collins, somebody have hacked. They will go back and check the details of that login to know whether it is actually the real person that logged in, or it is a mistake, or it is a system error. Once they verify whichever it is, if what the people that wrote the ticket, if what they said is true, that someone actually logged in that is not the owner, then it is a true positive. Then if they find out any other thing that happened, maybe a system error or system crash or something, and it signal as though someone logged in, then it is false positive. This concept is very trickish, but the more you see the terms in the field, the more you pay attention to it, especially even when you're preparing for your exam, you will see it more often. There will be more questions on it that will make you to understand specifically, okay, this is what this is and this is what this is. Okay?
Go ahead. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So we have the threat hunters. We say they proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats that may not have been detected by automated systems. Like I told you, there are some people that they will even have to go and search for those vulnerabilities or weaknesses. There are some weaknesses that you, the organization or the individual, might not know that you have, that there are these vulnerabilities exist. So these guys, their job is to go and search for them. They don't wait to defend, they wait to search. So talking about this now, let me let me put out these here. We have in department
The call
wise
is about to end. 10 minutes. Extend the time. The call is about to end.
on Google. Yeah, if it ends, we will restart again. How many minutes is it showing? I can't see it from anytime when we are having an important, very sweet lecture and our time runs out and we have not finished. Once it is getting to 5 minutes, alert me because I'm not seeing it. Okay. Just alert me so we could create a second one and come in just like we have done now. So, like we said, the threat hunters, they proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats that may not be visible by automated system. Now, we have we have something called some major classifications of these departments, how they are classified. We have the blue, we have the blue, we have the red, Then we have the purple. Mhm. Okay. So in cybersecurity, based on departments, upper department levels or teams, let's classify them into teams. We have the blue team, we have the red team, then we have the purple guys. Is that spelling of purple? I think purple should be Purple, right?
Yes, PRPLE.
Okay, purple.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so the guys in the blue team, they they are on the defense. The guys on the red team are on the what?
Attack.
Yes, offense or attack. That's it. Anyhow you call it. That's where they are. While the purple team guys is a mixture of the two. Someone who is skilled in both blue team and as a red team is considered a purple team member. And it starts one step at a time. Some decide to start as a blue team. At the end of this program, you will have that information. You will know which of the team, especially either the blue or the red, that you want to focus on, depending on the skills you already have at hand. The easiest entry is the blue team, the monitoring. Of course, what does it take to sit down in front of a computer and monitor? Just to be told what to look out for.
Nothing.
Yes, you just let your senior tell you what to look out for. You sit down there and you keep on monitoring the screen. So blue team is always one of the easiest to enter through. The guys that are on the team, the red team, attack team, these guys are they already have skills to do an attack work. Just like the threat hunters, they say they proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats. So at the end of the program, you will have done a little bit of blue. Sorry. You will have done a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, which makes you a small purple person. So during the SOC lab, you will work or you will experience the blue team, which is the monitoring and looking out for logs. Then during our capstone project, when you'll be doing the system exploiting and hacking, that's when you'll be working as a red team member. Then at the end, you will have a little knowledge about both. Then when you graduate, you can now decide where you want to focus your energy on. I hope we all understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. So we'll soon be rounding up, but let's finish up our slides. Now, there is something, since we are talking about SOC, there is another tool or another concept that we all need to know so far as SOC. Meanwhile, what is SOC?
Security Operations Center.
Don't forget it. SIM means security, information, and event management. SIM. SIM. Security Information and Event Management. What does it mean? In simple terms, we use it to monitor and respond to anomalies when they happen. So let's look at the document. He said, that reminds me, at the end of the class, when you guys are settled, remind me to push this document also in your folder. The videos, the links to the recorded section will be in your folder, your class, your batch 9 will have its own folder where your materials will be sent in. So at the end of the class, you just, if you go to your folder, you open the document, you see week 1, you'll see the link of the video in week 1, and also you see get the link of the material, or in case of any other material that we use. Anyone you don't see, you always call my attention in the group and it will be provided. Okay? Okay, yeah. So we said that the same is security, information, and event management. What is it? What does it do? It is a technology that provides real-time analysis of security alerts generated by network hardware and applications. Example, Wazoo, Splunk, and Entop. In layman terms, it means we say that your computer and your phones and servers, wherever the servers are, all these things keep logs, okay? And let's say you want to protect all of them, and you want to get information about whatever it is happening in them as you're protecting it. So you will connect it into a SIM. What the SIM will do is, SIM will be taking all the logs of whatever it is that is happening in all these devices. The SIM will be absorbing, taking the logs, and the SIM will do some little magic inside there and let you and bring you out specific or most important logs or alerts. For example, maybe someone is trying to, when you open your bank account, you open it once. Let me ask, Collins.
Yeah, I'm with you.
How many, you have a bank app, right, on your phone, right?
Yes.
How many times do you put your password before it gets accepted?
Just once.
Good. When you are in a SOC monitoring, and you are monitoring Collins's bank app, and you see that you see a record of wrong password first time, wrong password second time, wrong password third time, maybe 6 times in 1 minute. What do you think is happening?
That account is under attack.
Yes, someone is trying to do something. Yes. So the same tool will sieve out all other noise. The one you did that went through, it will still, the log will still be there, but the one that is causing wahala, it will pinpoint it out and make it bold. It will bring it out specifically on the eyes of those that are monitoring. So that is what they are monitoring. The people that are doing the monitoring, now you know what they are monitoring. They are monitoring to see anomalies in the system, and this kind of event we painted now is an anomaly. So the SIM will absorb the informations and logs that are happening on the system, then boost out the ones that are really threats. Else, if the same tool is not here, you'll be shocked how many logs your phone pulls in a day. It can be running into hundreds of thousand logs. Is it possible for one man to sit down and be sieving out 100 and something thousand logs in a day?
No.
Good. So that's why we have the SIM tool, which automatically does this with settings. There are settings on how they are being the SIM tool is being set. That's that magic it does. They'll set it to respond to certain kind of alerts, certain kind of logs, to pick certain kind of informations or record. Maybe there are some things, informations that will be inside that log that will trigger it and say, bang, 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 bang. This is a high level alert. Something bad is definitely happening here. And it will draw the attention of the blue team guys who are defending. That is why they are defending. They are waiting to defend on what is about to happen. Meanwhile, what's the offense guys doing? They are going out there to search, to stop, and to fight. They're on the attack. So the same tool does this thing I tell you now. During our next week class, when we'll be talking about SOC properly, I will also show you my own work environment, the same tool that I use. Actually, that's what we use to monitor. And also, when you are doing the SOC lab during the practical time, you will also be able to see the same tool and use it yourself and see how efficient it is. Okay. Any question on that?
No question, sir.
Okay, so we have another tool. We have another tool here, which is also important. IDS and IPS. IDS and IPS stands for Intrusion Detection System and Intrusion Prevention System. The key point is what it does. This one does detection. This one does prevention. And intrusion, we know what intrusion means. When you're entering when you're not permitted to enter, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have
allowed to.
yes, exactly. So we have intrusion detection systems and we also have intrusion prevention systems. Let me ask this little question. I think it's going to come out in exam. A webcam, what do you think it is? Is it an intrusion detection system or intrusion prevention system?
Intrusion detection system.
Okay, good. Because it will help you to detect something, right? Or someone that is happening here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what about an alarm?
Movements.
Yes. What about an alarm? Is an alarm a detection or prevention?
Detection.
I like it can be prevention and also detection.
Yes.
Detection and
Depending on the sound.
So when the alarm sound and the thief start running away, it has prevented it, right?
yes, sir.
Yes.
I can detected it too.
Yes, it does the two work too. So it's nice that you're catching a glimpse of how some of these things will connect, because in the examination they will twist the questions and you have to use your knowledge of what you've learned, the informations you have already, and the information the examiner is giving for you to be able to scale through your exams. And these are more like practical stuff. It's easier for you to pass exam that you've done some practicals on than the ones you just read about it. Yeah. Okay. We also have, since we are also talking about the Security Operations Center, the incident response guys. Now, these guys, like I said, are the ones that receive that ticket or that report from the SOC analyst, and they look at it and verify. So we say that the incident response is an organized, strategic approach to detecting and managing cyber attacks in ways that minimize damage, recovery time, and total cost. In the long run, incident response is detailed, it is organized, and it helps to reduce the effect of the damage. So when they detect They containment means to curb the effect. Then finally they eradicate it totally. Then they recover. And also the last most important part is the lesson learned. The lesson learned is very important so that once beaten, what happened? So it will be always important to have lesson learned so that anything that happened before will not repeat itself again. Ah, is well. Okay, so I think the last part of this slide is on the legal. There is also one last part or a department, one last department in cybersecurity that is very, very interesting. But these are for professionals who are in the law field, or also people who find themselves very, what's it called? Who find themselves very, how do they put it? Experience in policies and which people even write policies? I think lawyers do, right? Lawyers write policies.
Yeah, lawyers, right?
Yeah. So
Lawyers, right?
accountants too. I think the accountants and the banks too. They write.
Accountants, the bankers, them.
Yes, they do. So most of people.
And computer analysts too, right?
Exactly. Now you're getting the point. So it's either you could play. You want to do the hands, or you want to be on the team with the guys on the field as a blue team or red team or purple team. Or also, you could say, I want to be on the this legal parts, doing regulatory consideration works, writing assessment reports, doing policies for organizations, the experiences. This place is also a huge place in the market of cybersecurity. In fact, CEOs and managers of big companies, they need this to keep their own CV and resume on top, because most of the people that are on this place are C-level organization leaders. There are the most of people that eye this kind of skill set, because they are not the ones to come and be in the computer looking for bug or looking for this. Okay, so they consider themselves as, okay, big men. They want to write policies. They'll come and serve you policy of this. Okay, there's a policy of this. You people want to build a company. Okay, here is your standard operative procedures. Here is this. Here is that. So this legal part in cybersecurity, we call it the GRC: governance, risk, and compliance. Where is it written? Why didn't I write it? So we have the GRC. G, R, and C. Where G stands for governance, risk. Just a minute. Okay. Hope you guys are still with me, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So we have GRC. G stands for governance. I didn't hear that. Compliance. So GRC stands for governance, risk, and compliance. And this is the section that does the regulatory and the legal and ethical parts of cybersecurity. So in simplified concepts, the rules that govern how data should be protected. That's what they do. That's what this.
Network. Collins, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't hear the person.
But I can hear all of you.
What does C stands for?
Compliance.
C stands for
Compliance. Yes.
Okay.
Compliance. Governance, risk and compliance. So these guys, they put out rules that govern how data or how the stuffs should be protected. And also, we have regulatory bodies like the GDPR in Europe, which set standards on how companies handle personal data. And the country where we are in currently in Nigeria, you will have your second assignment, which is to find out bodies in Nigeria that set standards for how companies handle personal data. You look out for them, maybe on your Google or your search network, and add it to your assignment for the week. So, this governance, risk, and compliance is a whole department on its own. And I'm willing and I'm wishing that one of this period it will be included in the boot camp, maybe sometime in the future. But we're just going to touch it a little bit along the line as day goes by. Okay, I heard some noise. What is that?